everybody, how you doing? It's Billie, the Crafty Floridian. I'm not going to take much of your time this afternoon, or is it morning? No, it's afternoon already. Excuse me, I'm a little, sinuses are a little. Well, I wanted to come on and tell you all straight up what's happened to me over the last 4 or 5 days and give you a health update. I'll tell you the whole story because I want it to come straight from my mouth to your ears. Hey, that's pretty good. I must have heard that on a movie or something. So let me tell you, I've been in the hospital since Sunday. I got out yesterday afternoon, and Sunday I was tired, and which I think is but was feeling a little bit funny. So I said, well, I'll just lay down, take a little nap, my normal little nappy poo in the afternoons. And I said, well, this will be a little early nap. Usually I try to lay down around 4, but this was earlier. And I don't know how long I slept, but then I woke up and something was wrong. And I was feeling all this discomfort in my chest. And I felt like my heart was getting ready to speed out of my chest. It was running a mile a minute, maybe 2 miles a minute. So I got up and I went over and I sat in my chair. And next to my chair, I have the thing for my finger, for my heart rate, and then for my oxygen. You know, blood pressure and all that stuff. So I went and I put the little thing on my finger, and my oxygen level was, or the pulse. What is that thing? Is that the oxygen level? I don't know what it was. What is? Anyway, the thing that I put on my little finger was like 144 or 47. So then I put the blood pressure thing on my wrist, and I took that, and it said 147, I think, and it was blood pressure was way in the reds. It was way high in the 100s. And I knew something was wrong. My vision got kind of blurry, and I thought, and it only took me within 15 minutes. I said, well, I'm not going to drive myself because I didn't have my car, so I couldn't drive myself, right? And then I said, I don't really have a neighbor here that I know of that has most of them don't have a car. And my other neighbor that I relied on so much to help me out was Diane, and she's passed away. So I called 911, and the girl was very calm and everything, and I was very calm. I just explained to her what was going on. I had the shakes a little bit, and so within 5 minutes, there was a knock on the door, and when I had gotten up to go to the chair, I don't know why, but I went over and I unlocked the door. I said, if something happens to me in the chair, at least somebody can get in the apartment. So 911, the medics, the EMTs were there within 5 minutes. Just like that. And they came in. Okay, Miss Billie. Everybody calls me Miss Billie. Okay, Miss Billie. She said, what's going on? What you doing? What's happening? So I told them, and I had a little shortness of breath and all that good stuff. So immediately they scooped me out of that chair, put me on that little gurney, and those good-looking guys had me out in that truck and like that. No phone, no keys to lock the door. My cat had no chance to do it. I had no chance to do anything. They were in and out of here within a minute. So they put me in there, and they started putting leads on and putting an IV in my arm. So he started administrating Cardizin to help get the heart rate down. Now, he said my heart rate was like 147 or something like that. Anyway, the heart rate was, I was going bananas. My heart was just not being very nice. And I have AFib. But this is the first episode that I've had that lasted, and it was as strong as this before. So this is a number one for me. So I said, oh, and they said, well, are you feeling a little better? And I said, yeah, I am. I am feeling better. So yeah, so now I can go back home. He says, oh no, you're not going back home. We're going to take you to the ER. You need to have this looked at. So on the way to the ER, the Cardicin started wearing off. And he said, now, when they get to the hospital, they're going to decide, what's going to happen. So I get there, and of course, everything was, and they told him the whole story, and it seems like my heart rate was got really high when I move around. So they started me on a Cardicin drip, and then they tell me that they're going to transfer me to the cardiac hospital at Sarasota Memorial. So I waited for the ambulance. They came that night. Well, this was like, I don't know, 4-ish, 5-ish, 6-ish, something like that. So I finally ended up in Sarasota Cardiac at, it was nighttime, 8, 9 o'clock maybe, something like that. And so they said, they took me off of the Cardicin because it seems to have worked. And they were going to monitor me and call a cardiologist. And so they were in and out. They took this one out, and then they put a new one in. Now that bruise here is a lot less than this one here that the boys put in. But so they put in a new lead. Anyway, they said what I didn't know is that if you're a cardiac patient, you have to they have you on a drip a IV all the time in case they have to administer medication quickly. It gets into your system faster, whatever. So Monday, a couple, 2 or 3 different cardiologists came in, and they said, well, first of all, we want to get a picture of your heart, make sure it's not enlarged or something like that, and then we want to recommend getting an echo. I said, I just had an echo. And they said, well, we looked at the last one you had a year ago, and it looked fine. I said, okay, good. We'll just double check. Things happen fast in a body that's aging, right? Ha, ha, ha. So anyway, they couldn't do the echo until Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. I'm waiting. This is a waiting game. It was driving me crazy. But in the meantime, I had a good roommate. She was 84, and she was going to have a valve fixed. And she was funny. There's some funny things happened in the hospital, a lot of laughs. And I'll tell you one later. But anyway, so they did the echo. So then I had to wait around for the results to get back. Now, this is at the hospital. You would think they'd move a little faster in a hospital than you would if you had it done outside, as an outpatient thing. So then I had to wait around for the results of to decide what medication they wanted to put me on. He needed to monitor me on new medications until we found the right recipe, right? So we didn't get the results till the following day. And then they wanted to start this new medication, which they did. And then it just so happened that I did have a little bit of problem where it brought down my heart rate. And it can't go go 50 or below. Well, it was right at like 55 or whatever, 54 or something like that. So he was happy with that. So, and the blood pressure was okay, a little low, but okay. They have to adjust to the medication. Now, I had two doctors that said, okay, you can go home. And a couple doctors says, no, we'd like to keep you. Well, I'm going to go. You know who I'm going to vote for, right? The ones that said, you can go home, Bill. So anyway, this a cardiologist came in, and he's I got his card right here. He's called a cardiac electrophysiologist. It's called a cardiac electrophysiology. Anyway, they zap you somehow. Anyway, so what they decided, what the three of them, four of them, however many there was, they decided that because of my age, which is, how old am I? I'm 78, which is young according to Sarasota average age, right? And he said, I think what we need to do is we'll do a little surgery, and he checked my groin. A groin. A groin is a groin. But he had to make sure, because of my weight, that they could have a good access to my groin, and it wasn't full of a lot of tissue. It's called fat. So anyway, he checked that, and he said, oh, you're fine, we can do it, no problem. I said, okay. So what they do is it's called cardiac ablation, ablation. They go through the groin, and they go up into the heart, and what they do, there's nodes floating around in there that's causing this AFib. So what they want to do is go in there and destroy those nodes, so that eventually I would be off of blood thinners and I'll have a normal life and not have to worry about AFib anymore. Now, they sent me a whole package from the heart specialist in Sarasota. That's who I'm seeing now. And it tells me all the odds and what they're going to do and all that good stuff. So it is, you can't take a shower for 2 days, and somebody needs to be home with you just in case, something goes wrong. And there's always a chance that something's not going to go right. Now, if they feel like that they do it and they need to keep me, then they'll keep me overnight or whatever. So I have that scheduled for October the 16th as an in and out patient. And my good friend, Nancy Dormeyer from She's Got Yarn Too, she had said that she would come down at the end of this month or the 1st of October to help me out around the house and stuff. So I called her this morning and I said, Nancy, how about if we move the date to the 15th or 16th? I said, I'm having that surgery on the 16th. They said, listen to this. They said, we've got 2 time slots for you. I said, yeah, what are they? I said, we could do it at an arrival time of 5:15 in the a.m. And I said, I don't think that's going to work. I'm usually going to bed at 5 a.m. No, not all the time, but once in a while I stay up if I'm on a project or something. So whatever time, other time, set arrival time at 12:15. Perfect, I'll take it. So 12:15 on the 16th is when they'll go in and go into my heart and do whatever they have to do. And I guess nodes are in it every. I don't know. I don't know that much about what goes on in there and where the nodes come from or where they are, but they must be the ones that are causing the AFib, where the bottom of the heart's not. Those electrons. Those nodes must be slowing down the process of the beating of the heart, causing the AFib. And now I know what it feels like. It wasn't fun. So that's basically where I am. I came home yesterday got home about 3:15, 3:10, something like that. And I worried sick about Abby, but guess what? She did fine. She did run out of food. She peed on the floor once. That's okay. It was in the front door. She tried to get out, but to go pee, but she couldn't get out the door. The door was unlocked the whole 4 days. Nobody came in, bothered anything, and the TV was on. I put it on a. When I go away, I usually pick a channel that needs watch hours or whatever, and I'll just put it on the TV while I'm gone. So they get their hours, and Abby's entertained. And last night, I said, God, thank God she's alive. And when I got home, she looked up at me and she meowed. Her first meow, I heard her voice for the first time. And it was just so cute, doing meow. I thought, oh my God, my baby's first meow. Oh, it was so sweet. And she did come. I went on Zoom with my Zoom sisters, and she was sitting here and she was going, I had to pick her up. But she did all right. And then well, last night we lost electricity for about, I don't know, 7 hours or something. And so when the electricity came back on, I was sitting on the side of the bed and I looked down. I have a little container that's about this big of her treats. She knew where I kept those treats because every night when I sit on the bed to get ready to tuck myself in, I reach over and I grab a few and I put them on the bed. She eats them. She knew where that was. She knocked it over. And I think she ate probably about that much of those treats. She's a smart little girl. Unbelievable. So, anyway, she's happy now. Mama's home. She's got food. She did still have water, so that was good. But I did worry about her. But it just shows you it's good. I mean, my friend Diane that lived across the hall, we were the ones that we took each other places, whenever we needed to go somewhere to the doctor and you can't drive yourself, locally and stuff. And I don't have anybody here that has a car basically that I'm friends with. Because I really don't go anywhere and I don't go out in the hallway, sit around trying to make friends or anything. And Diane lived right across the hall, so it was easy. So I really missed her. She would have come over and taken care of of Abby and everybody. So that would have been good. So don't worry about me. I'm doing fine. Had a few little palpitations this morning, but it seems to have worked its way out. I'm getting ready now to go pick up a new medication that he's put me on that he wants me to stay on until the surgery. And then I don't know what we'll do after that. They said they will let me know, at the hospital what meds they want to keep me on. And they increased another med and then took one med that I take at night. So now I take it in the morning, half in the morning and half at night. So they did some changing and some other stuff. I got these little wings. I think I was an angel with these little wings. So anyway, that's where I am. And yesterday was so funny. Well, the first roommate I had, she was 84 years old. She lives here in Port Charlotte, right, like a neighbor. Funny. We had like minds. We're in the same age group, and it was fun. Well, let me tell you a funny thing that happened. I think wasn't Wednesday. It must have been. Whoa! Look who comes sliding in, Miss Abby. I think it was Tuesday morning. Wasn't Wednesday. It had to have been Tuesday morning. Wasn't Monday morning. It had to be Tuesday morning. lady that was in the room next to us, she comes out to the hallway and she yells out, she says, "Could somebody give me the address of this place, please?" She didn't say please. I said please. No, she said, "Somebody give me the address of this place." One of the nurses runs up and she's got the phone in her hand. And the nurse says, "Well, who are you talking to?" She says, "I'm talking to 911. I want to know the address of this place because I need to find a place to pee. Or you want me to do it out here in the hallway," she says, "and poop out in the hallway?" She's on the phone with 911. So they come and get her so she can find a place to pee. We laughed so hard. It was so funny. She was funny. That lady was funny. She wanted more. She wanted attention. I think she was used to really having someone there attending to her all the time. But I think they called her sister and brother-in-law came. I think they approved to have her not sedated, but have her, some get the anxiety out, give her something for anxiety. So I don't know, but it was funny. It was so funny. "What's the address of this place? I want to get out of here. I want to go find a place to pee." So they took her down for a test, and everything got kind of quiet again. But it was funny, just so funny. So my first roommate, she left on Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, because her surgery wasn't until 4. So she left at 3 on Tuesday afternoon to go down and have a valve fixed. Never been 84 years old, never been in the hospital except to have her children. And then she ended up having both the valves were not good, not working right, had to be repaired or fixed or whatever. She wasn't sure. But anyway, so I might get to visit her. She asked for my phone number and I gave it to her, so she might give me a call. She said, "I'll remember you. I'll go watch you on Crafty Floridian." I said, "You do that." And then I didn't have anyone that night, Tuesday night. And then ooh, Wednesday, a lady came in and she was 80 and she lived in Sarasota and she was a character. She took my phone number and she's going to give me a call. She wants me to come over and look at her antiques. She has an older home in Sarasota that's made out of cypress. And I guess realtors have been calling her for the property because it's prime property, but the house is not, it's old. It's really old. I think she said it's like 90 years old or something like that. And it was her parents' house. And she lives there by herself, has no relatives, no brothers, no sisters, nothing, no aunts, no uncles, no cousins, nothing. So she says, she's so sweet. She says, I said, "Well, what are you going to do with your house? What's going to happen to your house when you pass away?" I mean, we were talking about that, straight out. When you get our age, we don't fool around with being, walking around the subject. We just spit it out. So she says, "Yeah." She says, "I was going to leave it to this couple I know in Northport. That's where I live." And she says, "But I don't like them anymore. I don't even speak to them." She says, "I just don't like them." I said, "Well, you can leave it to me, and I'll keep your house, the cypress and everything, just the way you want it." And she says, "Oh, that's a good idea." I said, "Yeah." She says, "And I have this." She says, "I have this beautiful garage that was redone. It's tiled. It's got beautiful, walls and stuff. Very nice." I said, "Oh, I can make that my craft room." And I just laughed at it. But anyway, she took my number and she wants us to come over and look at her antiques and stuff like that. She still does her yard work and stuff like that. And she's struggling, with when you live on Social Security, she's really struggling. So, when you get, say your income is $1,100 a month, and your electric bill is $900 a month, what do? Not much. Surely not much. But anyway, she was very pleasant. We had a good time talking, and she didn't want me to leave. I said, "Well, I gotta go. I got a baby at home. I gotta go take care of my little Abby. My little Abby, excuse me." So then Thor, who was like a nurse's assistant or something, he comes. He came and said, "Well, I've come to keep you." I said, "You can't keep me. I gotta go. I gotta go." He's the one that when I ring, I'm supposed to walk like 6 minutes so they can check my breathing and stuff. So I called and I said, "Thor, are you ready to walk on the wild side?" We go walk in the halls together, and but that's one thing that I have a breathing problem, and we walked around, and then we get back and we measure everything, and everything measured out fine, except he says, "I noticed your breathing is very labored." And he said, "A pulmonary doctor, so you got to see. You could have COPD. You never know. It could be a problem scarring on your lungs or something like that." So anyway, I'm trying to get in with a lung doctor. Have you ever tried to get in lung? Have you ever tried to get an appointment with a doctor? I was on hold for 15 minutes twice. Excuse me. You see, what happened was when I walked in here and I could smell the mold and mildew. Look at me, I'm completely stopped up. I'm losing my voice. And I've got to, that's another issue. As soon as I get finished here, I'm going to I'm going to drive to the Walmart. I'm going to pick up my pills. I'm going to come back home. And it's going to be a phone call afternoon. It takes so long to do anything. So that's what I'm going to do. I just want to let y'all know I'm doing okay. I'm just going to stay with my medicine. If anything like that happens again, I call 911 ASAP. I'm not even going to give it the 15 minutes. But thank God I had my little measuring things, or I wouldn't have known. The finger thing and the wrist heart monitor thing. So yeah, it's good to have those around. So I tried to be good. I tried to be very good in the hospital. But I did, try to make as much trouble as I could too. So anyway, that's it. I'm okay. I'm going to be even better once they get whatever they have to do done, so that I'm going to feel better. And that's my goal right now, is to start feeling better. And the best thing I could do is to see the right doctors and have them all checked. And I will. I promise. I'll get all of that done. I will continue calling the lung associations to get an appointment so that I can get my lungs checked out. That's it. That's it so far. And I'll keep you posted. But in crochet wise, I have a really neat sweater by Make Do and Crew Make and Do Crew. Make and Do Crew. Anyway, you know who I'm talking about. So I've got one of their sweaters on the hook. It's turning out very nice. It's going to be pink, but it's going to be pretty, I think. And I am knitting a pair of slippers for my friend Joanne, who lives in Canada, who is coming south for the winter. And those are the two that I'm just working on now. Oh, and I made a bunch of, if you see right, let's see if I can show you. Right there, there's a stack of squares. But I have a tub that has some more squares that were sent to me, and I've got to measure them. But they're in the back of the bathroom in a tub, and I got to get back there. But I got to take it easy today because I'm tired. She's getting in the window. She's checking it all out. She has a little problem with her sinuses too. Abby does. And I think it's from the stuff in here. All right, I'm going to let y'all go. I just want to let you know it's an update. I'm feeling okay today. A little tired. I slept really good last night. My CPAC was on. I'm all stuffed up. And so I slept good last night. I fell asleep on the couch. When I woke up, the electricity was off and it was getting hot. That must have been why I woke up. So then I went into the bedroom and waited for the electricity to come back on so I could put my CPAC on. I feel better after I used my CPAC. But what I was going to say earlier, and now I'm running off again at the mouth. When we get my age, we've got to make plans to somehow take care of ourselves. Or have somebody. I'm going to have to see if I can designate somebody to call me every day just to check, because I don't have kids or anybody to check on me. And so hopefully, I might have Deb call me. I'll work out something. I can rely on Nancy. Nancy's got all kinds of plans. So we'll see what she comes up with. All right, everybody. Boop. I'm out of here. I got to go get my meds before people get out of work. And I can't breathe. You can see these. I got these sores from that monitoring leads. Man, it hurts. They hurt me. Okay, everybody. I'll do a project update later. I'm just not up for it today. But and I have a couple things made, I think. So I don't think I even showed you what anyway, I'll do another video and I'll keep you all updated as we go along. Love you guys. Thanks for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. I know I'm not involved in a lot of Belusas or dares or double dare duty doos and all those things. Because I just can't keep up with that. Because I might feel good today and tomorrow I don't, so I can't keep up with it. So, so you don't hear from me as much, and I just kind of do what I can when I can, and go from there. And Christmas is coming down the pike, right? Christmas, and I might have some bags cut for Halloween. Oops, excuse me, I'm ringing my bell. Anyway, I guess I didn't cut them. I thought I had. Or maybe I used the material last year. I'm going to have to look. But I thought I had some Halloween, fabric. So I have to look and see what I can do with that. Okay, everybody, I'm out of here. I've got places to go. Things to do. Okay? I'll see you guys later. Take care. Don't worry about me now.